Hello, Central United Methodist Church. My name is Megan Stoker, and I've been honored to be a part of you for a brief time, but I do have a longer history and wanted to share with you why I am United Methodist. So my United Methodist roots started as far back as I can remember in the downstairs basement classrooms of a small United Methodist church in Ohio as a preschool student. And that has just grown from there. And I now realize during those early years, the prevenient grace that's promised to us that surrounded me and guided me and really has sent me on my way as a young child through my time in the church. In middle school, my family had moved to Texas, and we were fortunate to be a part of a new church start in Katy, a small town west of Houston. And it was really during that time that I started to grow my roots a little bit. I was very involved in the youth group and youth programming there at that church, had an opportunity to be involved in youth leadership, in United Methodist youth events for the conference camps, mission trips, all those sorts of things, which really gave me a place to start to question and dig a little deeper into my faith, what that meant. And it was really during that time that I was allowed to ask questions and really wrestle with some of the harder things. And it was during that time that I was encouraged to really think about what that meant to me, what my faith meant, what my involvement in the church meant. And at the time, I didn't have a good concept of what that looked like outside my small community, United Methodist Church. But as I grew, I realized that not every denomination offered that sort of support to a young female person seeking some leadership and some voice in the direction that the church was taking, in the direction that I wanted to take in my own life. So I was grateful again at that time for the United Methodist Church and for being United Methodist to really have that voice and that encouragement. And I feel like I am part of who I am today because of those strong youth leaders who really encouraged me during that time in my spiritual formation. Once I got into college, I was still involved in my local United Methodist Church in Lubbock, Texas, St. John's United Methodist Church. And that's really the place where I felt like I started to understand some of the social justice issues, not only that were affecting me directly in my community and in the world, but also this stance that the United Methodist Church had on those, and was able to really explore some of the social principles. What do we believe? Why do we believe it? How do we show that in the world? At that time, I was in an open and affirming congregation, and it really gave me a place to embrace the open and affirming way that the United Methodist Church moves in the world. Again, I was encouraged to question and think and to take roads and opportunities of leadership to really speak out in that college group of young adults. And that was really formative for me as well. As an adult, of course, I've walked most of my adult life alongside a professional United Methodist minister in Andy Stoker. And although that has its joys and challenges, I wouldn't change it for anything. I have, during that time, become very involved in different ways. I do tend to gravitate towards children's and youth ministries specifically as our children have gotten older and been a part of that for many years. Music ministry as well has been very formative in our family with myself, but also our kids as well. So I also feel like the United Methodist Church, to a degree, has allowed me to live into my calling, which is nursing, pediatric nursing specifically. So to be able to live into that, to be able to serve and to be a voice for some of the most vulnerable, although it's not tied to the church specifically, it definitely has a lot to do with how I show up and how I've been loved and how I can share love and those sorts of things. So for that, I'm also very grateful to be United Methodist. I'm most proud of the recent events that were taken at General Conference, which has allowed us to continue to take even more steps forward, leaps and bounds, you might say, into truly becoming who we can be as United Methodist Church. I feel like we've gone through a lot of steps to get to this point, and I think we all have the opportunity to take a deep breath and to fully take in what all of that means. I believe that the future of United Methodist Church is bright, and I'm proud to be a part of that. And I think the pastor at Central is kind of cute.